Hello guys, my name is Syrus Tolentino. I'm really dedicated to my role. As you can see, I drew all this by hand, but I'm running for Director of CodeRED. Now, who am I? I'm a junior studying computer science. I'm also minoring in mathematics and business administration. I'm a current technical workshops officer at Cougar AI, and I was a previous director of InfoSec for about 3 semesters, where it was a pretty successful term. We grew InfoSec quite a lot and to the branch that it currently is today. I was also a previous cybersecurity intern at Verizon, and I was previously a corporate relations officer for CodeRED Astra. So I already have some involvement with CodeRED. So some of the hackathons that I've attended to show, I'm familiar with what it takes to actually attend a hackathon. I've attended both CodeREDs like Genesis and Astra, HackSMU, HackUTD, TamuHack, the Meta RNA hackathon hosted here, HackKU in Kansas. That was quite a drive. Hack Texas, and yeah, CodeRED Astra. I know a thing or two about hackathons. I've been an attendee for all sorts of things. I've seen things from small hackathons from HackSMU, where we only had about 200 people. I've seen big hackathons to HackUTD, where there's 1,000 people, which I'm also going this weekend for. So, I love hackathons, and I want to take my part in actually hosting them. So why vote for me? I have excellent time management. There's a lot of things I can get done in a day. Just today, I was working, I had lunch out with one of my friends, and now I'm here. And I also go to all my classes. I'm extremely organized in terms of handling tasks. So I've never missed a deadline all year round, and I've always just kept up with my tasks. I've also had previous successful experience with this org as a InfoSec officer. So I'm familiar with Cougar CS. I also just have, in general, a lot of familiarity with UHCS. I know a lot of people. I've attended a lot of events. I've been to lots of different orgs. And lots of familiarity with CodeRED. So some of my future plans for CodeRED. I'd love for us to work with other orgs to be able to promote CodeRED, something like Cougar AI, other orgs like EWB. Increase awareness of CodeRED outside of CS. It doesn't necessarily have to be a CS-only thing. Other majors could also just take part and have fun. One team that I encountered at CodeRED was a team just filled with math majors. They had fun at CodeRED. I'd love to see more people like them just attend and promote it to other universities, to like Rice, Texas Southern, to just have more people come and enjoy the event and just get a strategic use of rooms. And yeah, that's about all I have. All right. Come on, hit me with the questions. All right.
Okay, so you attended CodeRED, this just most recent one, Astra.
Yes.
What did you like? What would you continue from that CodeRED, and what would you want to see more of or change?
A lot of things that I would like to see change is the utilization of the rooms. Something one of my friends pointed out for me. For HackUTD, there's a lot of rooms they had booked, and each of those rooms served a different purpose. There were rooms specifically for people to sleep in, rooms for people, just quiet rooms for people to quietly work, and all sorts of that. We had a lot of rooms booked at CodeRED, and we just never used it. There are workshop rooms that we used one time, and that was it. Some things I really liked was using the ticket booth as a way to serve food. I think that served a better central place to serve things rather than other hackathons. And yeah. All right.
I have a question. So this CodeRED event takes about 2 semesters to plan plus a summer. So how would you go about people, getting disinterested or demotivated through the whole process? How would you maintain your officers to be active and actually wanting to do some work?
I try to keep more incentives for officers to stay in place. So one thing that really incentivized me being a CodeRED officer at a time was the fact that you got a cool sweater for being a CodeRED officer. That was like my big thing for being a CodeRED officer. So having things like that to reward our officers, to recognize the effort they put in, is something I can see motivating people, and also keeping direct lists of tasks assigned to people. When I was a CodeRED officer, it was more so like anyone can just do whatever. And in that sense, I felt it was a little bit disorganized. I didn't know exactly what to do. I would just send emails, schedule meetings, but I don't know what to actually do after that. And our meetings were very sparse at the time. It was only about once a month. And outside of that, just wasn't much to like keep me fully engaged, which is what I think led to some of the issues with the code red that we've had. But yeah,
And Cyrus, this is a great presentation, and I really enjoy the information that you have as being an executive officer for CodeRED.
Mhm.
But also, I want to gear towards this as I also a beginner for attending like different hackathons, both online and offline. And I also said that it was a great way to showcase as for many students who begin their hacking journey and creating different projects, softwares that they can showcase to more people, but they also didn't know how to get started in their competition, or they don't know about like how does this event works, because as of this year Code Red Astra, I have witnessed a lot of beginners stepping foot into this competition, and there was some but not a lot of ways to promote different students how to get their starting food, or like a starting foot on the journey on how to make this software in 24 hours,
Mhm.
like in bringing that project into real life. So how would you promote your like how will you find a way to promote more beginners through events or even workshop during the event, during like the hackathon duration, to increase more interest for beginner students?
In HackUTD, they had a beginner specific track.
Yes.
Essentially, only beginners could participate in it, and you had to specify everything, and they guided you throughout the entire time. I think doing something similar to that would be a good way to steer beginners through it, and also hosting a lot more just beginner focused workshops. In the workshops that were hosted at Code Red, not a lot of them actually focused, but it was like just starting out at your first hackathon. It was more if you already attended hackathons and you already knew what we were doing, it more helped you that rather than we're just playing beginners. So trying to gear a track towards beginners is probably something that would be ideal to deal with that. No
Great.
problem.
I have one last question, then we're going to have to move on. So CodeRED is one of the largest and most popular features of University of Houston for the computer science program. And so because of that, there is a lot of eyes on the event from students, faculty, and companies as well. How will you make sure that CodeRED is run professionally enough in the eyes of companies, but also entertaining enough in the eyes of students?
In terms of more professionalness, I try to get a more set system of people that are in charge of the event. So have the people that go around in like the sweaters, have them more present. Try to get more officers on board to actually be there and direct people. And then in terms of appealing towards students, just have more fun events. People love the keyboard workshop or the typing contest. And then one thing we also used to host in the past Code Red that I went for Genesis was the painting thing. That was fun. I would have wanted to see it again last time, but we didn't do it. But that's something that was engaging enough. Like after like spending like hours staring into a screen, just working on stuff, breaking things, fixing things, taking a painting break was kind of fun, and I'd love to see something like that. Yeah.
All right, thank you.